My name is Alexei. I'm 23 years old, and I have been involved in the foster care system from the time I was 1.5 to the time I turned 18. I was sexually abused when I was younger, and then as I got older and I would act out from the previous abuse, it became a lot of physical abuse and neglect and stuff. I've been in foster homes, I've been in group homes, I've been in residential treatment centers, I've been in mental hospitals. The worst thing that I think psychologically for a kid is to see all of your things in plastic garbage bags. Cause not only are you not cared about, it's the stuff that you treasure personally is literally trash. It was kind of a survival of the fittest. You kind of had to fight to make sure your stuff didn't get stolen, fight to make sure you didn't get beat up, and fight to make sure that nobody messed with you. Hugging isn't allowed, touching isn't allowed. Any type of positive affection is completely stripped from you. I remember I was diagnosed with reactive attachment disorder, which pretty much means I can't form any lasting attachments to people. I maybe had 20 hugs during that whole time. Because they are well, staff have boundaries, so we can't give you hugs, we can't give you affection, we can't treat you like a human being because you are just a piece of paperwork. And knowing that you are just a piece of paperwork is the worst thing. Oh God. The mental health system. It's a joke. I've been on meds since I was 4. And I have been happily off meds since I was 19. I remember at one point I was on 6 different medications. They weren't addressing my trauma or how I've been through, why I was so upset, why I couldn't form any attachments, why all this was happening, why I was acting out. No one addressed the root of the problem. I didn't believe in therapy because I had a lot of therapists and med doctors who were oh, you can't be helped. You're a sociopath, you are bipolar, you have no human remorse. I had that a lot. A lot of people had said I was heartless, and a little kid hearing that is well, why should I open myself up to you anyway? I remember going through so many caseworkers. I would have one for a month and then I would never see them again. And it's really traumatic to have to relive all the stuff that you've been through every time you get a new caseworker. A lot of caseworkers aren't prepared for just the utter defeat that comes with being someone so young and being through so much, and they would try to be oh, I'm here for you, how can I help you, all this other stuff, but it's all a facade because really they can't really help you. What's the point of getting close to this person if they're not going to be here in a month or 2? It's hard growing up not having any affection. It's hard going on outings, rare outings, and seeing these kids with families that are happy. You see how nice that they are treated, and knowing that you just go back to a sterilized bedroom when you go home. For these people who are watching, just think about how you would feel if your daughter was treated that way. How would you feel if your niece was treated that way? How would you feel knowing that there's this precious innocent child that has never gotten a hug or after a nightmare has never been soothed? And think about that.